I never know how to start the intro to my intro. It's kind of awkward. What if I just do it backwards? What is up, slammers, cammers, and portable jammers? Thanks for sitting down at the Messy Desk with me this week. You'll notice that this is not our normal top-down view. Don't worry, we're getting to that. Just had to bring back the vintage classic Octadads, Octababy of the week, to talk about one of my glorious patrons and a good friend of the show, Toby. A little while ago, a couple days ago, I released a small sample pack for my patrons on patreon.com. Link down there if you're interested. You get them all for free, of some sounds I made in the last video. And Toby, God bless his heart, actually used them and made some pretty cool music with them. I'm always amazed at the sort of intonation and feeling that Toby can get in his music. It never fails to blow my mind. So that is what is playing under this footage right now. So it's really glorious. I'm gonna go ahead and link his stuff down there. Whatever relevant links there are, I'll have to ask him about that. And you should go check him out because he's a better musician than I and a great friend and a wonderful supporter of the channel. So if you want to be featured in an amazing, seen by 1,700 and counting people thing like this, make music with my sample packs and send it to me. Make music in general and send it to me. And we'll start a thing. I think my friend Patrick gave me the idea to call it the Octa Fridge, because you're all my beautiful Octa children, and I'm putting your artwork up on the fridge, much like my actual children's artwork back there. But maybe this time I won't need to pretend to like it. I'm just kidding. I love my kids' art. It's really beautiful and special, and I'm very lucky to be their dad. Anyway, I don't want to drag this on too long. Without further ado, let's get into this dang video. That's weird. I think my Digitone is broken. 'Cause look at this. Look at what sorcery is this? .gif. I have a battery-powered Digitone. That's where the intro's gonna go. That's good YouTube making right there. Hi, I have a battery-powered Digitone, and it fucking rocks. Portable jamming is a thing that I think everyone is really hot and bothered about. The OP1 is so popular because of this. The pocket operators are really popular because of this. And the Electron boxes, while small in form factor, are, of course, shackled to the Sisyphean prison that is DC power. Lucky for me, I have hackers on the inside. I have engineers and electricians who dug their grubby fingers into the insides of this device, ripped it apart, and put a battery in there, and then sewed it all back up together. And now I have a battery-powered Digitone, and it rocks. Here's the best thing about having a battery-powered device. You can jam anywhere. You don't just have to jam on your desk. You can jam in bed. You can jam in bed. This is one that people don't talk about as much, but you can jam in bed. And if you're crazy enough to brave the wilds, you can jam outside. And that's pretty rad. Now, do I do that? No. I mostly just jam right here. But it's the freedom that counts. Very American humor. Freedom, USA, support our troops. Battery-powered jamming is fun. So I kind of just wanted to make a video talking about how cool it is to have this thing. Give a little love to my dear friend Pat, who made this possible and is currently in the process of making the Digitact and the Octatrack, which is off screen, battery powered in the near future, and kind of talk about why I think portable jamming, portable gear matters to a lot of people, from my view anyway. Because jokes aside, while I do mainly jam at my desk here, the ability to just like take this to the couch while my kids are playing and just kind of fiddle around and make really bad sounding patches, or the ability to go lay in bed and not have to lug a power supply with me, or lug, a MyVolts cable and a portable battery. It all sounds so very first world problems, like,
oh my gosh, I have to grab a power supply and take it all the way over there, and I have to plug it in and unplug it.
But I mean, look, I'm already bringing these cables and the MIDI cable if I want to use the Digitact with it, which is still using a power supply. But you know what? That's fine. We will love it unconditionally and get over it. One day, the Digitact will ascend to the Digitone status. It's just, it frees all that. A toxic habit I have is trying to start a jam, it not going how I want, and then being incredibly annoyed because not only did my music turn out shitty, but now I have to clean up this fucking mess. And now I don't have to really worry about that as much. I can just take this to my bed, lay nice and comfy calm, fiddle a little bit. This needs to be plugged in for one thing. And then if it doesn't work out, shit, baby. I'll just put it next to me in bed, put it next to me on my nightstand. It's really hard to plug in while you're talking, and it's all good. I'm sure I fucked up my just impeccable framing, but whatever. I wanted to show you just kind of so this video isn't just me being like,
why do you want to be a champion?
Flexing on you. I wanted to show you a little project I did with the Digitact and the Digitone, which I made solely in bed. I cannot wait to have this one also be battery powered so I can just take them like my two little babies, my two little children, put them in my arms, carry them to bed with me, cuddle them up, tickle them a little bit in a totally not weird, just totally parental normal way, and make great music without having to leave the comfort of my warm shell. I'm much like a hermit crab, except I don't move much, not much of a nomad. I'm more of like a no man, I'm not getting out of bed kind of guy. Or like, no, I'm mad that I have to get out of bed. Great jokes all around. Here's the track. I've called it Forward for right now, just because it has this kind of very, very positive vibe. So let's listen to it. Funnily enough, this Digitone comes to me via another friend, Jesse. Shout out you, Jesse. I'll put his links to his music down there as well. Jesse's awesome. Pat made the battery, gave it to Jesse. Jesse ended up selling it to me. Anyway, super boring, non-essential information that I'm giving you here. But the long and short of it is, one of these patches, I don't know if he made this patch melody noise or if it's a preset, I'm not sure. But if he made it, shouts out to you, Jesse, because that sounds fucking great. So I started with that initial melody that sounds like this. Yeah. And then there's a conditional trigger right here to do a little octave. That's just so nice. And also, shouts out to Jesse, he had this bass patch that was using unison, and it made this really big sound, but it wasn't quite where I wanted, so I decided to start from scratch and build my own bass using the unison, and I did, and now I'm kind of addicted to using unison on basses. It's never really been a sound that I've loved, but it's something that now I'm like really stoked on using. On its own, it's not a sound that I'm like crazy about, weirdly, but in the context of everything else, it fits so well. And then with the beat, I don't want to go into a full track breakdown on this. If there's interest in that, I could definitely do that in a future video. But one other thing I wanted to highlight here that was really kind of broke this project wide open for me was I'm using just a heckin' lot of swing here, and I have this kind of weird, let me turn this up so you can hear it a little better, kind of glitchy white noise sound. I don't even know what the original, I think it's a snare originally. I processed it kind of heavily, bit reduced it a bunch. The length is really short, and it's a polymeter, I believe. I believe it's only 14 steps. Yeah. And so taking out all the other elements, if I just play this, it has this really, really nice wife alert. Don't know how long she's been there, but you love to see her. Look at all that laundry she's doing. God bless her. We've had multiple totes of laundry just sitting around. She keeps apologizing to me about it, like I feel anything about it other than, fuck, I don't want to do that, so I'm not going to bother her to do it. Anyway, in context with the rest of the beat, it has this really nice kind of, you know? Makes you want to do one of these. Maybe one of these. And it has this nice kind of shuffly vibe. You know what's funny is that in my videos, I say the word vibe so much. I never use that word almost ever outside of my videos. And every time I say it in my videos, I like fucking cringe. I don't know. It has a nice shuffly feel to it. And with the melodies, it kind of just has this nice, I don't know, like it's building, it wants to go somewhere. And then so I put the patented Synecdoche downbeat snare. And then there we go, it's there. And then of course, my latest addiction, which is either on beat quarter note rides or off beat rides. I don't know, man. It's the same sample too. It sounds so good. It's real quiet in the mix. There's a lot of parameter locks going on there, all kinds of stuff. Like I said, don't want to do a big track breakdown. We can do that in the future. Anyway, that's kind of it. I just wanted to hang out. It's Christmas week, you know? I mean, I don't know. I always look like shit, but like I'm especially whatever this week. My heart and my brain are tired. It's the holiday season. It's very bittersweet this year. So this week, it's just kind of a fun hangout video. And then next week, I'm going to be putting out a video on pickup machines and the kind of workflow I've developed with them and how they've actually really helped change my workflow on the Octatrack fairly significantly. Just a disclaimer, it's nothing groundbreaking or earth-shattering. None of my videos ever are, but especially this one, it's pretty like, here I am using the pickup machines as intended, and you should too, because they can really, really help streamline a lot of stuff. So we will talk about that next week. For now, I hope you have a happy holidays, Merry Christmas, a happy Hanukkah, or whatever secular festivus thing you and your family may or may not be doing. And hey, listen, it's a tough year. If you can't be around family because of bubble and quarantine situations, if you're feeling lonely this time of year, message me. Come hang out with the other Octa children and we'll figure something out, because no one should feel alone right now. It's a time of year where, especially now, we should all feel taken care of and loved and appreciated. So I love you. I'll take care of you. I appreciate you. Anyway, I'm Daniel. This is The Messy Desk, and I love you more than I love playing portable synthesizers in the same place I would play them if they had to be plugged in. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next week. Peace.